As many of us know, there are lots of popular anime that come out each season, but what about the more underrated series that don't exactly get the spotlight or attention that they truly deserve? Well, this video here it will shed some light onto this situation, because I'm about to give you all 10 underrated anime you all need to watch for 2025. These following anime are underrated and underwatched despite being really good and entertaining. This is your chance to grab more anime into your watch list, so do sit back, because this is about to be an exciting recommendation list. Let's start this list off with I may be a guild receptionist, but I'll solo any boss. This is the story and life of a young girl who gets accepted for a job as a guild receptionist to aid adventurers on their journey of doing quests. Her strategy was to, live an easy life and get it simple, but it turns out that the paperwork has been piling up nonstop because some bosses are just too damn difficult. So, instead of living in misery, she is secretly an overpowered adventurer who destroys the bosses to save her from all the paperwork, to clock out on time and enjoy the rest of her day relaxing. Now, if you do like the concept of office romance between two co-workers, then you need to check out the super cute, underrated romance anime that will make your heart skip a beat.
ごめん、無理。
それじゃあこれからもあの悪態？彼氏なのに？
今日付き合ってから初めて会社で会って思ったのは、かなりマイナスに振っとかないと思いが溢れて態度に出ちゃう。
かわいい。
To make sure nobody discovers their love relationship, they keep it a secret, even if they try to mingle a little bit at work. But every day, they need to try and not expose the relationship, but the other workers are indeed starting to catch up that the two may be dating. It's a rom-com, simple concept, but very enjoyable for any romance lover out there.
こりゃ今日も死ぬな。せめて卵を拝みたかったな。これが普通のサラリーマンの僕。
This is one of the most underrated anime of the year for sure. It's actually a reverse isekai anime of how an elf girl from another world suddenly appears in Japan and begins to explore its culture. The main protagonist, Kazuhiro, loves to sleep. In fact, he sleeps too much, and one day he dreams of going to another world and tags along with an elf girl by his side as they adventure out there. But one day, they both got killed by a dragon, which caused him to wake up from his precious dream. He turns to his side, only to realize that somehow, the elf girl from his dream is sleeping right next to him. And now begins a beautiful adventure in reality as an elf from another world begins to explore the country of Japan. The daily life of a middle-aged online shopper. This isekai anime is about a guy that gains the powerful ability of online shopping in an isekai environment, of being able to get anything he wants from the real world. Now, honestly, of all the isekai anime, we are back to generic recommendations, and it's none other than this. But the guy decides to start up his very own business by selling things to people in the other world, make money to be wealthy, and live a complete slow life. It's pretty much kinda exactly like, let's say, campfire cooking in another world, but without the cooking. Still though, it's pretty decent, and it's an isekai after all, so of course, I know you guys will be watching this. Sword of the Demon Hunter. This underrated show is one of my favorites from the current season. This is a story of a samurai in the Sengoku time period where demons lurk in the shadows and cause problems for society. Now, as a young kid, his sister is a demon that killed his childhood friend and now seeks revenge to go after her. But the samurai has the power that allows him to absorb fallen demons and take their powers to use for himself, upgrading his arsenal of abilities to fight against the demons. It's somewhat of a revenge anime with great story build-up, characters, and a wild sense of adventure that is definitely worth your time. Which studio have decided to take on this animated series, which is actually a remake of the original back in 1993?
古来よりこの世界には天地を揺るがすそれらは幾度となく火花を散らし世界に混乱を
Yaiba Samurai Legend is full of entertainment. It's a story of a young samurai named Yaiba who lived in the jungle and trained using his sword with his father, and then he discovered the city, or the people, for the very first time, and went inside a school where he challenged people in the Kendo Club to battle. There, he found his destined rival named Onimaru, who was an ordinary student at first, but later actually becomes the villain of the series, which is pretty badass. This is just actually a hint of what the anime can offer you guys, but I highly recommend checking this one out if you haven't seen it yet.
笑いすぎでは
誰がお前らの体なんかエロい目で見るか
偉かったねベルへえことのとのことがありながらよくそんな
Of all the anime you gotta watch, this is probably the last thing you ever want to see. But this is from the author of Rent a Girlfriend, his brand new series of a family that consists of two brothers and cute sisters and who are very popular, wealthy, and full of talent. One day, Dad returns home from work and to his daughter's birthday to reveal a surprise truth that the children were adopted and indeed are not blood related. This means relationships in this family can be more than just siblings, yet this does feel completely wrong to even think about after, growing up together. Well, yes, this does involve ecchi and romance, so prepare yourself for what is to come. Betrayed by his own wife for a boss who is rich, dies alone in bed, but gets the opportunity of a lifetime to go to another world of his choice after the hardship that he has been through. Now, the guy chose to reincarnate as an evil lord of an intergalactic empire in space, as a boy named Liam, who wishes to ruin people's lives and do whatever he wants to make everyone feel what he felt back then, and that is misery. But no matter the bad choices that Liam makes, apparently everyone just loves him as a leader, and they want more from what he can do. Power Rangers in another world? Well, I guess you've come to the right place if you require a show like this. But after an intense final battle, the Red Ranger suddenly sees himself in another world where he becomes an adventurer while still having his overpowered abilities as the mighty Red Ranger, the leader of the Ranger Force. Let's just say he is indeed beyond overpowered for this world, as nothing can really stand in his way at all. His epic transformation, style, finesse, and everything about him is pretty much unbeatable. After all, what is a show of an isekai without its overpowered broken protagonist, as we all know? It's a common trope that will forever continue. Finally, to recommend the last anime on today's video list, To Be Hero X. I'd have to say that this is quite underrated, as not many people really talk about it, despite being insanely good. This is an anime that talks about how commoners or ordinary people gain fame to become heroes in this world. Anyone can be a hero, by the way, but all you need are supporters to back you up and believe in you. This anime tells the story of multiple protagonists and their journey from zero to hero, their backstory, troubles, and their rise to glory to become heroes. It mixes in 2D and 3D animation in the most smoothest and beautiful way possible. If anything, it's like Arcane from Netflix. This is the biggest anime for me that you all need to watch as soon as possible. That is the finish line for the underrated anime of 2025 that you need to watch. Don't leave these anime behind, and whenever you have the time or chance, do check them out because you won't regret it. But if you did enjoy, then please do drop a like to show your support, and subscribe to stay notified of all my latest uploads here on YouTube. Take care everyone, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one.